it's Jennifer here from Belladonna's Botanicals, and I was thinking about this topic from the video that I just posted yesterday about my recent thoughts on like cursing, protection magic, defensive magic, and all that, return to sender stuff. And this is the concept of magic takes the path of least resistance. And thinking about that in terms of how we have our protections and wardings and things like that to not just, protect ourselves, because chances are if someone's throwing anything icky, negative magic, curses, whatever, even just, negative energy, evil eye stuff, that they're throwing it at me. But sometimes if I'm so if I have so many protections in place and wardings, magic is going to take the path of least resistance from here to here. So now it may get to here and go, okay, I can't directly go in and affect this thing. How let's find the crack in the window, the unlocked back door, I don't know, dig a hole and or burrow through, whatever. So magic's going to take the path of least resistance when it gets to things. That's sometimes when shit gets screwy. So, and I know I've had that happen before. I talk about that all the time with my money magic thing, with when my car got totaled. I was like, hey, what my car, a lot of the work I was doing at the time for money magic was for debt relief and to pay off things. And one of the things on there was paying off my car loan. Well, the path of least resistance there was for someone to drive into my car while it was parked on the street and total it. Hey, it was paid off. That was the path of least resistance. When I did my own retribution work for that, and this is my case study that I use in magic things and results and how things work. Again, the path of least resistance in my return to sender work, because what I did when I went out there, like, because obviously the person didn't leave a note or their insurance information. So I went out there, took a piece of tape, took impressions from where the impact of the car was, used that as the sympathetic link, as that tag lock. Didn't have a name, didn't have, all I could tell was that it was probably a light colored car, maybe white or light gray or silver, something like that. So I had nothing to go on. So I did a lot of stuff to bring that person whatever it was, to return to sender what they did. And then like 2 weeks later, there was a bus crash on my corner that took out a whole bunch of cars. I laugh about it now, but I didn't think of it at the time that this happened. I was just like, holy crap, bus crash. I got to go make sure, ran out to make sure people were okay, call the cops, yakety schmackety. And it wasn't until I was walking back that because I still had the stuff on my altar at that time for that working. And I just got this whoosh through me. I hadn't been thinking about my car getting totaled, hadn't been thinking about the work I did or any of this stuff. And whoosh, it went through me. It is done. And I was like, oh crap. Like I knew. And hey, maybe it was the spirits teaching me a lesson, like be careful what you wish for and how you wish for it, because magic will take the path of least resistance. But I always had a feeling after that point in time, I don't know if the person was on the bus. I don't know if they were in a car that got hit. I don't know if their cars, they owned any of the cars that got totaled that were parked on the street. But magic takes the path of least resistance, and that's something we really need to take into consideration. So the reason I brought this up and talking about it was, in the example that I used recently of that someone threw something at me, and that it was affecting. Actually, I think it might have specifically been done to affect my cat Corey. It was a particular type of knot spell, basically to act like a leash to kind of hold him back from enjoying things, the stuff he normally does. And he was acting really depressed, which I was like, this is weird. He's not sick. There's nothing else going on. I have a vet appointment for him just in case, because, he's getting older and stuff and due for checkups. So doing my mundane due diligence here, because also too, if he was sick, it might have just had that little bit of the crack in the window that it affected him where normally it wouldn't have. Because Moon was fine. So, and my cats are always, I'm surprised they're actually, It's always funny when when I'm recording videos because 'cause I'm not always aware of it unless they're fighting and making noise, is when I'm editing, it's just them kind of going around in circles half the time. I think it might be nap time now. But so there's the thing that Magic takes the path of least resistance. Maybe he wasn't feeling well. I don't know. But or it's something that diverted, deflected from me to elsewhere. Now think about the thing we need to think about this in the Magic takes the path of least resistance. It's not just me, the practitioner. Your protections need to extend to not only yourself and your vested interests, but your pets, your family, your children, your parents, your siblings, unless they're, unless you don't get along with them and then, whatever, um, or they're predeceased. It's that needs to be part of your protection and warding because those people, unless they're also practitioners, won't have the same level of protections and warding that like I would. Path of least resistance. Magic is going to affect the people. Negative magic is going to affect the people around you. Like I've in my old house, like I've had people over there, but they've experienced things that I wasn't because either I was used to the spirit activity or it just wasn't I was protected and it wasn't hitting me per se. And not most of it was completely innocuous. Like sometimes they were, they would see things more than say I would. I don't necessarily see spirits like, ooh, Casper the Friendly Ghost just went by. I sense it in a different way. So where they're feeling someone tapping them on the shoulder or seeing someone out of the corner of their eye, kind of like trying to like peek in and look across the living room, I wasn't. So again, Magic takes the path of least resistance. So now thinking of this, you have a friend over to your house. Are they now protected because they're in the house? Or are they going to walk away with something? Because I may not my protections may be keeping stuff at bay from affecting me, but they might the least resistance might go, oh, look, new person in the house. So we have to think of that in terms of how we protect not only ourselves, but those around us and ward our spaces. Your car should be just as protected as your home is as your home is. If work in an office somewhere. Now, obviously you can't, turn your mundane, worker 9 to 5 job office into a temple, but you can do things toward it to protect you while you're there. Because again, magic's just going to find a way to whatever the easiest way is how it's going to do that. Now, am I completely unprotected when I go out of my house? Of course not. But I mean, that may just be a matter of wearing a particular piece of enchanted jewelry or protective stones, or if you have sigil tattoos on you, anything like that, or you carry stones in your purse. I'm not a crystals in the bra kind of girl. I got enough going on as it is. Don't need to add more. So all of those things help in your personal protection. And I just wanted to talk about this a little bit to just kind of so people think to pause and consider not only in how you're warding and doing your protections, but also how you're doing magic. Like, I mean, as much as I may like need to get back at someone or need to do defensive magic or even baneful magic if they deserve it, I kind of don't want to, cause harm to their cats because their cats are probably better than they are and worth saving. Um, so I wouldn't want to cause harm to their children. I wouldn't want to cause harm to, their 90-year-old mom. So it's making sure things are directed very specifically. And that's the thing in path of least resistance comes in handy. Be specific. Be very, very specific because I was not specific enough in having my car loan paid off. And well, the path of least resistance totaled my damn car. Needed one in my retribution for my car getting totaled, and best we can do is a bus crash. How about that? So we have to kind of look at not only what's coming to us, what we're putting out there, and who we allow to have access to our energy and our spaces and our things. So I'm very sensitive to energy. So that's just for me, I have to do extra work on that level just because I don't always I need to ward things in a way like because also I'm on the second floor, don't want shit getting misdirected downstairs to people who have nothing to do with me, basically. Um, it's and some people when it comes to, say curse work or baneful magic, some people are naturally curse resistant. Some people are or there's just very specific ways in which they're affected by curses. Most of them not, but then some of them, yeah. Um, so this is just all stuff I want people to consider when you're taking it into your magical practice and you're doing rituals and spells. And you don't even have to be doing baneful magic because I've had this happen before. I got a friend's she like it was like an attraction candle or something. I'm like, girl, I cannot get this candle anymore because I got shit, people coming out the goddamn woodwork. I'm like, what the fuck? I just wanted this for like to attract this one person, and now I've got like psycho obsessive people after this was years ago. But I was like, okay, this works a little too well. I have to target this. I don't want to just to bring attraction to me because no, some of it was no. Hard fucking no. Um so yeah. Anyways, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Drop a comment below. You know, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. 'Cause this is something I've been thinking about more and more recently, is just sometimes we make things a lot more complicated too, in not realizing that magic is just gonna find its way the easiest way to get to from point A to point B. Whereas we're doing this big, elaborate, all this stuff, and it's like, no, we're just gonna yoink. So, anyways. I think that's all I have on this topic. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Be sure to follow us on social media. Sign up for our e-newsletter so you know what's going on because algorithms suck, y'all. And we're being flooded in AI garbage content. So, hi, real human, making real human content. Um, I'm not going to go on and argue about that or go on a soapbox tirade about that. But yes, so if you'd like to support us with a one-time donation, links are below, or support us regularly on YouTube, memberships and Patreon. And I think that's it. Love you all. Bye.